and caching. And we'll talk about that a bit more later on as well with JCache and some of the new support in Spring 4.0. In terms of the key enterprise specifications supported in the 3x timeline, first up we had JSR 330. So that's the dependency injection for Java. Common annotations like @inject instead of autowired for Spring. Things also like provider. We'll see that in another slide and example later on as well. Also JSR 303, so declarative validation with bean validation 1.0 with declarative constraints using annotations like @not null and things like that. Next up, support for JPA 2.0 with persistence provider integration directly in Spring and also with transaction management powered by Spring. And Servlet 3.0, so I mentioned earlier asynchronous request processing, but also the ability to move away from WebXML and XML-based configuration and have your Spring configuration, Spring application configured in totally with Java and annotations. Didn't really focus on that. So what I actually do in Spring, I'm the lead of the testing module. So if you've used any of the things like @context configuration, any of the annotation-driven configuration in Spring, that's what I do. You see my name scattered across the code there. So I'll point out a few of the main features we added in testing in the 3.x timeline. One thing we added was support for embedded databases. It's not particular to testing, but often used in tests to launch an in-memory database quickly and then have it shut down after your tests. So this can be done either programmatically in Java config or with the JDBC namespace in XML. We also added support for testing with @configuration classes, so Java config, as well as declaring active profiles that should be used when you're integration testing. Next up in 3.2, one of the main features that people have been waiting on for many years actually in Spring was the ability to be able to test a web application in Spring, and we added that in 3.2. And in line with that, we also added support for testing with context hierarchies in your integration tests.